chariot here for a minute. It's got a spider habitat. That came standard. Well, it's a T-top car. Of course that needs a tarp. Tetanus turbo. Shifter, perfect. And we will fight you if you try to tell us yours is better. Got some surface rust kind of starting. Pretty solid car, really. Ooh. Crunchy. Make it rain. Big whack-a-mole. Very desirable, not this one. Got junk scattered out across your yard. They're pretty thin, you can about see the air in them. That ought to be punishable by law. Over here rifling through Mike's toolbox like a trash panda. Yeah, that's expert level there. Level 10 for sure. Get plumb buck nasty. Drove this thing home. All right, that's miserable. Okay, next step. It's pretty much what I imagine getting launched to the sun in a space capsule's like. Serious about that tetanus shot. I probably should get one. Even the seats have patina. You can actually hear it rust. Living that T-top life. Well, the day has arrived. We are out front of the bus stop, Greyhound stop here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm about to get on board because we've got about a 3-hour drive outside of Houston to Katy, Texas. We'll go over the car a little bit once we get there. Right now, I got to go inside, get checked in, get my stuff together. Bus leaves here in about 20 minutes, so I'll see you in a little bit. Pit stop complete, somewhere in between Houston and Katy. Back on our chariot here. And we'll get back on the road. Got me Diet Coke, BOGO trail mix, and we'll be off here soon. Well, we made it. First leg out of the way. Made it to Katy on the old Greyhound, so it worked out good. Just hanging out here for a bit, waiting on my buddy to show up and pick me up so we can go to the car. I'll hang out here for a minute, right here for a minute, so see how this goes. But I'll see you guys in a little bit at the car. Here we are, we made it to the car. This is it, our 1987 Buick Regal Turbo T. Let me get that right because the Buick aficionados will tell me I got it wrong. It is not a T-type. In 87 it became the Turbo T package, or Turbo T. But that's what we've got here. We are at my friend's house, Mike, here outside of Houston. You might have met him on Power Tour. He has been gracious enough to store this fine example of a Buick for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Didn't have a place to keep it in my house when I bought it, so we trailered it over here and dumped it, and he's basically been pushing it around and mowing around it ever since. So it's time to see what it'll do, to see if we can get it to run and drive it home 200 miles back to my house in San Antonio. So let's dive in, let's take a look, see just how bad it is. I've seen it a little bit when I loaded it up, but honestly, it didn't take much of a look at it. I had to get it going. It was about a 5-hour drive home and it was getting dark, so we hurried up, got it loaded. So that's about all I know about it. So let's take a look and see what we got to work with, and how bad is it gonna be really. We do have keys, I will say that. That's a good one. So hopefully they work. Well, let's go ahead and absorb what it is we're looking at here. I say absorb it. You don't want to get this car on your skin because It's got a few problems. It's got a spider habitat. That came standard. Tires, I don't think this one held air, if I recall. Doesn't look like it. I know Mike was nice enough. He just moved this thing yesterday here on his fancy concrete pad so that we can go ahead and get it up on jack stands and get the wheels and tires off of it and get it over to the tire shop. I did send ahead 4 very expensive, cheapest ones I could get on eBay tires for this car. You can't find used 235 anything 50, 16, 15s hardly anymore. All you can find is those little donut tires. Even my junkyard, it's hard to find tires for these in 15s. So I went ahead and bought some, had them sent ahead. I don't know where they're at. Somewhere. They're around here somewhere. I'll find them. I think the first thing though I'm gonna do is, since we've still got, I don't know, it's 4:15 now. So we got a little bit of time before the tire shop closes. I'm gonna see maybe if I can get these off of here and get them over to the tire shop. Maybe they can do this tonight, where we can basically start on this thing fresh tomorrow. I also don't have a battery for it. I know it's gonna need one, so we need to go do that too. Maybe at least tonight, while there's a little bit of time and daylight left, go ahead and get a battery and get the tires done on it. And maybe walk around a little bit, see what secrets this thing has to tell us. Oh, I see one right there. You don't need that, you just need 4 of them, right? Yeah. Oh, the tarp. I know you want to know what the tarp's about. Well, it's a T-top car. Of course it needs a tarp. Just a little bit of, let's ignore that. I'm afraid to do this. Oh, this is a beaut. Let's go ahead and I'll give you the panorama, and we'll go pull that tarp off the other side. And oh yeah, you like that? We'll come back to that. Go ahead and pull the tarp off this unit so we can, oof. That's rough. Oh my gosh. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Sorry, Mike. Okay. So it's got an interior. That's a start. It's not a great one. That's looser than I remembered. Okay. Visors are not great. Headliner's just not. Oh wow, this is impressive. It's the first time I think I've seen this. Look at the rust shower. We've got like rust flakes just everywhere in here from this thing. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I'm gonna name for this car. What do we call it? Look at that. What do we call it? Turbo T? Tetanus Turbo? Turbo Tetanus? One of those two might work. The Turbo T, maybe? I'm gonna go with one of those. I'll think on it. We'll workshop that some more and see what we come up with. But oh boy, the seat. Yeah, it's got something holding it in. That's a start. Let's hop in here. Definitely gonna have to maneuver that out of the way. There you go. Turbo 3.8 litre. She's got 66,000 miles ish, a couple times. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's probably not original. What's that random wire doing there? What do we think that is? Not much of anything. All right, she's got a aftermarket ghetto blaster of some sort in it. Well, not aftermarket, but it's not That's not factory. That's not what would have came in these. Some kind of swaparoo. Dash is slightly cracked, but not bad. I mean, I've seen worse. Boost gauge, aftermarket with a single pillar pod, that's worth like $10. Guarantee they haven't been beating on it when they have an aftermarket boost gauge in it. Shifter, perfect. Oh, to work on that. Gauges, sure, those are there. I'm afraid to keep looking at this, honestly. Oh, there you go. In case we need to align it. That's good. Oh, here we go. Jackpot. HEB. For everybody who's not from Texas, HEB is a grocery store chain around here, and it is awesome. And we will fight you if you try to tell us yours is better. Seatbelt parts, emblems. It's getting hot in here already. Seat doesn't fall. Oh, okay, I see some things. Windshield, not good, but it's not in the line of sight. So that's I mean, that helps us to if we want to drive this thing, which is the goal. Let's see. Let's go around the other side and just see what we got on the interior. Are you impressed yet? I know I am. What a gym. It's fine. A little bit loose, but no big deal. This is something growing here, I think. Some kind of greenery. Oh. All right, quit doing that. There won't be any car left. A little bit. I don't know if you see it there. There's a little bit of a surface rust spot starting in right there. And the kick panel cover where the ECM resides is conveniently hanging out here loose. So again, never been messed with. Floors. I don't even want to pull the mats out of this thing. Oh, well, that's the good part there. That's the good part. Okay. Ooh. I don't think that's too solid either. Let's check the back. Oh, yeah. Could eat off this thing. Oh, more spiders. Okay. A little damp, not gonna lie. I don't even want to check the other side, really. I think I'm just gonna not. Hey, the rocker looks pretty good on the surface, so that's good. Little seat trim there. Okay. Let's see what's in the glove box. Anything? No, nothing. That's a disappointment. What is this? Okay, well, no, nothing there. No, nothing at all. No. No coins, no Van Halen tapes, nothing. Well, let's see. Let's go over the outside on this pile and, you know, let's go over the outside on this pile and see what we got here. First thing that caught my eye was this rust bubble starting around the quarter glass. Kind of right in this little spot right here. Same thing up here, we've got some surface rust kind of starting. We take care of that. T-tops. There you go. You gotta have T-tops with the Grand National, or any G-body really. I mean, this thing will snap the mullet right off your skull. Little, I think that's a vent right there. I think that's what that is. Road Hugger Radial GT. 235, 60, 15. That's what I was trying to say earlier. That's the hard to find tire these days used around here. What we got? We got a date code? I'm curious. I don't see one. I don't even see anywhere where it says DOT. And that started in like 2000. So if you do the math, these are pretty old tires. Some of Mike's lawnmower handiwork. Pretty solid car, really. Just a little bit of paint job here, be better. Clear's peeling a little bit on it. I think though we can maybe do something with that. Huh. This has got that textured paint job on it back here. Perfect. It's got lights, so I think that's a start. That is a start. Bumpers on it. And these have the aluminum bumper reinforcement. Yeah, there you go. There's your aluminum bumper support. That's got to be worth something to somebody. Gas tank. Yes, feels pretty dry. Sounds dry, I mean. That would be good, probably, or bad. Goodyear Eagle GT2, okay. Little known fact, or widely known fact, this was the original tire that would have come on this car. It wouldn't have been a 235/60, I believe it would have been a 215/65/15. But a Goodyear Eagle GT2 was what these cars came with, so that's kind of neat. I don't think they've made these things in 20 plus years though, so again, I don't think we're going to find a date code on it anywhere. I don't see it. E3JR, DOT, MKVE. Yeah, that's not the system they use now. These are old. Okay, this quarter's pretty good though. I mean, you just have a little bit of a, I don't know, 3D paint there, and just a little bit coming, something going on there. She's had a bad clear coat blend at some point, it looks like, through here. Paint job. So there we go. All right. Let's start. Let's just see how complete it is though. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and pop the trunk and see what we got going on there. Could be bad, could be good. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some vice grips from this. I almost guarantee you there's no way that hood's gonna stay up on its own. These have hood struts, so I'll be right back. Hood prop acquired. Let's see. Mike's also been gracious enough to let me use his tools. Yeah. I should have really got a tetanus shot before I did that. Ouch. Ooh, Power Master. I hope it works. That might be worth more than the whole car. You Buick guys can tell me that. Those things are pricey and you can't get them. Okay, here we go. Let's take it in. See what we got. Looks complete. Looks complete. Okay. What do we got on this battery? 8921, F21. Looks like it was used or something to begin with. Ah, damn it. The bolts are missing out of the cable ends. Have to get those too. Damn it. Okay. Factory radiator, it looks like. It's still brass. The original radiator, I should say, not factory. This fan spins. Dusty, but it spins. That belt. I don't know if that belt's gonna make it very far. Ooh. Crunchy. That's good. Oh, what is this? What kind of driveway ingenuity we got going on over here with these vice grips? Oh, what is this? Oh, that's special. I see. Okay. Oh, that was fix number 2. The blue tape was attempted fix number 1. Aftermarket oil pressure gauge sending unit, or aftermarket gauge line, pressure line. That's one way to do it. Okay. She must have been leaking. Heater valve rotted off. Perfect. The firewall doesn't look too bad yet. Our hood, any good at least? No, it's not. It's bad too. A lot of rust. I don't know. I don't know which one spent more time at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know. Titanic or the Turbo T or the Tetanus T. Factory power antenna. So that guaranteed does not work. They never work on these cars. This is just, ooh, a Cooper Cobra. Again, I don't see. That might be our spare right there. Well, we don't have a spare wheel, so I guess we don't have a spare. All right, these fenders don't look bad though. I think our fenders might have made it. Our bumper fillers did not. There's that aluminum support on the front. Fun fact, that's one of the main differences on these cars between the Grand National. Front and rear aluminum bumper supports and rear aluminum brake drums. Let's see if it's got those. And get under here. It does. It's got the factory rear aluminum brake drums. That's pretty neat. Looks like on both sides. Okay. I'm getting a whiff of that gas now. Not great. Ooh. Ooh. I see some non-fuel injection style hose clamps on this car, and that's moderately concerning. You guys tell me if I should be concerned about that or not. Probably ignore it. But yeah, let's ooh, Flowmasters. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it or not, but hang on. She's got Flowmasters, 40 series it looks like. Are they Flow Monsters or Flowmasters? This car's been sitting so long, they're probably Flowmasters. I don't think they had Flow Monsters. Ooh, look at that dry rot on that tire. Okay. Well, let's go and check the top side and see what we got in the trunk. Maybe some bodies. Oops, wrong one. Ah, there it goes. Oof. Like a bowl of Frosted Flakes. Make it rain. More like make it hail. Okay. We had looks like a rodent of some sort attempting to burrow his way out of trunk prison. Original spare. I don't think that's going to do us any good though. Kind of afraid to, this is stuck under the spare, and I'm kind of afraid to just pull it out because it's, oh, now it's probably numbers matching of some sort. I just want to see the, oops, oh well. Oh well. Okay. This might be the first. Do not breathe in. This might be the first decent thing about this car. The trunk doesn't look too bad. Trunk does not look rotted out. Take a look. Wheel tubs. I don't know, there's a, I'm not gonna ask why that screw's in there. And then we'll, I might monkey with that later, just pretend it's fine. There's a jack, we'll probably need that. Okay, let's check these gutters and see what we got. Yeah. Little whack-a-mole here, not good. But you don't need that to get home. Mm-hmm. Oh, this one's even worse. Big whack-a-mole, okay. Tinted windows. Okay. So overall, it's pretty good. I'd rate it a, I don't know, solid 2.5 out of 10 at least. Because it's got the 3.8 turbo in it. And it all seems to be complete, and that's half the battle with these things, right? So we'll see what we can do with it. Oh, turbo 3.8 litre. Forgot to mention, this is not, obviously not a WE4 car. You guys know what that is if you're Buick people. It is not a limited. You didn't see the bench seat. It is a LC2, just a regular Regal Turbo T. I think there was a roughly 4,000 of them made in '87, give or take, of that designation. 20-ish, 22,000, 21,000 Grand Nationals. I think around 1,400 of the W4s, and then I think there was like 1,100 limiteds or something like that made. So not ultra rare, but rare, I would say. And there's our key designation, if you can see that, LC2. That is the RPO code for the 3.8 turbo. You guys probably recognize some of those other codes easier than I do. There it is, VIN 7. Real deal, 3.8 liter turbo Buick, 87 model. Very desirable, not this one, but very desirable car that we're gonna see if we can get back on the road. So I'm gonna get this thing up in the air, try to get these wheels and tires off. We'll get these tires to the tire shop down the street. See if they can do this today. If not, we'll do it in the morning. Swing by, who's got cheapest batteries around here? Probably Walmart, maybe. See if I can find the cheapest battery possible for this, and we'll start on it from there and start wrenching. And I'll have Mike give me the tour here and see if I can find his tools and start in on it and see what we can do with it. So I will see you guys here in a bit. I did forget to mention, I'm not exactly sure how long this car has been off the road. I bought it from a guy that bought it from the guy kind of deal. You know how that goes when you get on Marketplace. Ooh, it's perfect. We'll also get under there and look at that frame a little bit better before we hit the road. But anyways, what I was saying was, all I got here to go off of is the inspection sticker, registration sticker, so 0514, so 11 years roughly, 10, 11, 12 years. Last inspected. We don't even have inspections here anymore. And then we've got this 2012, 2013 Hidalgo County kind of permit deal. So I'm gonna say 11 years, give or take, 11, 12 years off the road. So I could see that. So it's going to take a little bit to get her back on the road, but hopefully she's up to it. Good morning, everybody. We're back today with the Buick Regal Turbo T, affectionately known as, I think, the Tetanus T. I think we're going with that. As you can see, you've got a fun canopy here behind me. It's gonna be, I think 95, 97 here today. So went ahead and we got the canopy out here. Just spent the last 30 minutes fighting with that thing, got it set up. So I'm already sweaty. It's already humid as heck here. So, but we're gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and get the wheels and tires off of it and get those over to the tire shop and go get a battery and then start from there and see what we run into. So let's get going. I asked to borrow a jack. So the smallest one he had is a 3-ton Daytona, weighs 9,000 pounds. But I suppose it'll get the job done. It's a little heavy. Back already hurts and I haven't even done anything today, except getting a fight with a canopy. What will we find under here? Church bells ring, are you listening? Morning. Got junk scattered out across your yard. See the rust falling off this thing. Safety third. Watch this thing snap in half when we let the jack down. I guess if it does, we'll be done for the day. That's one good way to, easy canopy. That's one good way to look at it, I suppose. Front end didn't snap off. Might have something to work with. Regal test, I think we're good. Close yet? Horseshoes and hand grenades close. See, it's gonna be one of those days. This might be a 2-shirt kind of day. Well, why do they put the sway bar to where you can't get the jack stand under the axle? 2 teeth showing like most of my relatives. Okay. Jounce, 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 jounce. I think we're good, but I also think we're gonna go ahead and leave the floor jack on whichever end we've decided to assault, just in case. Oh yeah. Oh, they're pretty thin. You can about see the air in them. Well, who would put the white letters on the inside? What kind of maniac does that? That ought to be punishable by law. And 4 lug nuts here. I guess that's what you get. Mustang guys know about 4 lug nuts. Get in here and show you what we're working with on the brakes. We're not working with. I mean, ooh, a little bit of weight reduction right there. That's pretty solid on the back here. We got one little spot there. That's okay. At least it's up there in front of the suspension mounting point. Rotor turns. It's not grooved up. Not too terribly seized up. I have no idea if the brakes are going to work or not. So we'll see what we got there. The notorious Power Master. We got something as far as the pedal goes. Great. Relay added on, blue tape. See a ground. See something wiggle over here. I'm gonna guess that's a power. So should be another power and another ground somewhere. Where do you go? Oh, fuse box. Okay, so there's your ground. Okay, the trigger probably, and this is probably the hot running all the way over there. To there, yeah. Okay. Say fuel pump hot wire. No telling if it works though. That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. Anyways, let's see what we got here on the brakes. Okay, that's a good sign. Got fluid, so it, you know, it's full. It doesn't look the worst, so no leaks in the system. That's good. I was kind of worried about these lines being corroded and crusty, but they seem to be okay, so get on there. Well, how's it go? Oh, let me put this camera down, we'll figure that out. All right, back with updates. We got new tires. There we go, just got back from the mom and pop tire shop down the street. Say down the street, a few miles down the road. Max Grip Classics. Best I could find on eBay for the least amount of money. Pretty much looks like a BFG knockoff. So I'm sure they're just as good as BFGs. Oh, brake update too. We checked on the brakes. I had my buddy Joe come and step on the brakes, and they lock up, and when you let off the pedal, they release. We got pads. They look okay. So it tells me the brake hoses are, if you don't look at them too hard, they're in okay condition. Just kind of ignore that. So we'll see how that goes. As of right now, I'm not going to replace them. I don't want to get into brake line roulette if I can avoid it. But we're just going to see. When we get it to that point, yard drive, we'll see what it does. Tried to check the rear just to give them a visual. These guys are stuck on there pretty good. I may come back and try to beat them within an inch of their life again. They've been soaking for a couple hours with WD-40. I don't want to get too rowdy with them because they are the original aluminum drums, and I don't think you can get these. I'm pretty sure the replacements are all cast iron. So these are kind of specific to the T-type and Turbo T situation. So we'll see. I might come back and try to check that, but they seem okay. But I would like to check the wheel cylinder. If not, at least I know that there's no visible leaking on the backside. And there is fluid in the master cylinder and it's full. So that's encouraging, at least. I got something going for it, I don't know. All right, let's see what we can do here. Vacuum repair kit. Vacuum cap assortment. Something tells me we're probably gonna need all that. Battery terminal end bolts. I have those here. We can get this guy out of here. Gotta remember to take this back when I get home and get my core charge back. I think it was $22 now. These cores are getting up there. Normally I like to buy my batteries at Walmart. Don't tell anybody, but $69.99 pretty much for all the value ones. And it's only $12 core if you don't have an old battery. So that's a plus. Most everybody's gone to these expensive $22 cores. So. So we go ahead and drop these and explode them all over the ground. It's encouraging. End of a spark plug boot with some rat shoes on it. It would make my day if this car does run and drive. I'm sure it does. Well, I say I'm sure it does. I know it's capable of it. Let's say that. It's all here. And that's half the battle, right? What does this do? Some sketchy red twisted together wire. Oh my, what does this do? That's chewed on pretty hard. I might have to bring in here so you can see what's going on. We've got some wires here with I see some little tiny teeth marks on them there. And okay, that's not connected to anything. I don't really know what some of this is yet. This is our fine wiring here. All right, aerial view. Fun new camera angle. That's what happens when you turn me loose on Amazon and I get bored. Start buying stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a wire brush just to get that, make sure we got that guy cleaned up pretty good. Over here rifling through Mike's toolbox like a trash panda. Get this guy good and cleaned up here. A little scrub-a-dub-dub. Battery terminal in the tub. New bolts, no excuses. New battery, no excuses. Marginal cable that I cleaned the end on. Plenty of excuses. Oh, one of them felt washer things. We'll put that on there for good luck. Stuff here for your cable. Pull that off. I don't think we need that where we're going. Now, are these 5/16 or 8mm? You guys let me know. I've always used a 5/16, but maybe they're 8mm to some people. I don't know. This guy's got blue point everything. Icon, Uptown. Guess we'll go check inside and see if we got powered anything. All right, let's see what happens here. Well, ooh, something happens. We got boost in RPMs. Okay. Before I go ahead and just start cranking on it,
letting it eat. I think I'm gonna check fluids at least. It's probably a smart thing to do. She's low, but there is oil. It's a quart plus low, quart and a half low. I think that's okay though to start it. Let's see, there it is, stream fluid, a little loose. Oh, this is fun. It's got another one here too, so either this is, no. It's two separate oil pressure lines at some point have been ran through here. Oil pressure gauge lines. Oh, speaking of that, we can't continually just gloss over this. This is very good engineering. And if this plugs a hole, there's a very decent chance I'm going to leave it and zip tie this vice grip right to the top of the engine. So that might stay like that. Yeah, we got plenty of fluid there. It looks good. Again, I don't know. It's way over full, but she's not running either. They're not hot, so. Where do you put the gas? Oh yeah. So where do you put the gas in this thing? I forgot. Wait a minute. Oh man. Wait a minute. How's it smell? I think I'm gonna take my glasses off for this and get in here amongst it. Might get lucky here. It honestly doesn't smell too terrible. So get in there, see if you can smell it. Definitely some crunchies in there. Mike doesn't know it, but he has graciously left me some gas here. Yeah, we probably got 10 gallons. And the best solution for pollution is dilution. So if we've got a issue there, then we've got more gas we can dump in her. So, all right, here goes nothing, I suppose. Let's try it and see what happens. Watch your eyes. Yeah, we got pressure. Okay. Boom. Ooh. What is that sound? All right, she started. Notice it's gonna stay running. Huh. Doesn't sound the greatest, but it does run. You can see these are all cracked up real bad right here. Let me get you in here so you see what's going on too. I don't want to have all the fun, but we're all cracked up here. All right, it runs, and it ran for more than however many seconds, so that's good, that's good. So I say next step, maybe oil change, and let me just hunt down some of these vacuum leaks. I see that's a biggie right there, and this stuff is just brittle. And this one is open on the end. It's a metal tube, but there's nothing connected to it, so it looks like we got one there too. I wonder if we should try, let's see if the lights work on this thing. How do you turn them on? Okay, I think that's it. Did that do anything? Y'all tell me. I didn't hear anything. We got one. We got a low beam. Okay, so we got a low, very low beam. And then what do we got on the highs? How you do the highs on this thing? Don't you pull it back towards you, right? Doing anything? Yes, we have highs. Okay, that's cool. All right, kinda. And let's see, park lights. It's not looking like it. Let's see, turn signals. No. Hello? No. Well, that could be several things. So, I see something back here, but it's hard to tell what. I don't think it's turn signals though. No. Okay, so lighting is a bit of a challenge here. I do see stuff in here though. I do see lights. It's just, we're in the direct sun back here. It's hard to tell. Ooh, this rust is worse than I would have thought. It's distracting. The plan is to drive this thing during the day, which kind of negates a lot of that. I'm trying not to be gone from home any longer than I have to with a toddler. You guys, small kids or really any kids know how it is. Mom's home taking care of the kiddo by herself. It's a lot of work. So I don't want to be gone any longer than I have to, moral of the story. All right, let's check the charging real quick. Man, she starts. This is awesome. No dust shield. Proceed with caution if you're anywhere around the flex plate or the whatchamacallit, the donut thing. Torque converter. Not encouraging. There you go. Not ideal. Neck deep in vacuum line repair right now. I've already replaced several of them. I'll show you on that other side here in a minute. Trying to get the one on the wastegate replaced because it was brittle, cracked, and almost just barely hanging on. It's probably kind of important on a turbo motor to have wastegate vacuum connected. All right, let me show you kind of what we've done so far. I'm gonna keep looking though. This is, you know, sort of like panning for gold when you're trying to fix vacuum leaks. You just keep looking and you just keep finding if you just do it long enough. Replace these guys. These were brittle, falling off, coming apart. I capped this off. This one went over to the cruise control. Figured probably don't need that for now. We noticed we've got some wiring here that's not connected. This almost looks like the brown wire that would normally go to a gauge on a GM for the alternator. I don't know for sure. I haven't dug into that yet to see what is going on there. It's 2Y, we don't have charging. If it's as simple as an alternator, if there's, you know, something just screwed up in the wiring. Because we've got some very fine wiring work done here on the wiring harness that goes to the TPS sensor, which is kind of a big deal on these cars. They don't really like to run without them or out of whack. So I'll have to monitor that. Yeah, that's expert level there, level 10 for sure. Well, after repairing a bunch of vacuum leaks, it runs worse. I'll show you here. Well, at least it'll come off idle now. Earlier it didn't even want to come off idle, it just wanted to stumble and die. I'm hearing boost though. And if we pull this vacuum cap off here that I plugged, she runs way better. So I don't know. I don't know, we might just leave this one off, so. Okay, come on along with me, we got a field trip here. Finally, I think we got something really good that happened to us. I think our water temp works. It's reading 170. I didn't see what it read earlier, but it seems to be working. All right, welcome to the bottom of the car. Let's kind of give you guys a tour so you can see. I'm not making it up, it's pretty rough. Floors are not great all the way around. Dirt dauber nest there. She's been around. Take you back over here. So take you back over here. There's the rear floors, as you can see. Seen better days. But the catback system with the Flowmasters though. Don't get distracted. All right, what do we get? Hopefully oil. Oof. Very dark oil, but oil. Got this fancy oil filter wrench thingamajig. Mike's got this fun kit, so it's pretty cool. I never ever have anything like that. I use my strap wrench, you know. So we'll try this guy out. It's pretty neat. Might have to invest in one of these. Okay, what brand do you think we have? Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. I'm getting Days of Thunder vibes with this one. Go ahead and put your guesses in. Quickly, 5 seconds. Put a comment in. What do you think it is? If you had pure oil now, pure oil later, pure later, you'd be the winner. Okay. Going back in with an STP. It's gotta be one of the best filters, right? I mean, Richard Petty, NASCAR, STP. I don't know how you can go wrong with that. So, pure later, Days of Thunder, 1990-ish. NASCAR, Richard Petty, STP. I think it all works. Sorry, don't come at me for not putting a Wix on it. I get it. This car's got to earn the Wix, you know? And when it comes to oil, again, King Richard, NASCAR's finest. And we did get ZDDDP here, Hyperlube, zinc, because these are flat tappet camshafts. Oh, 97, this is 96 and older. Add 1 bottle to engine crankcase. 97 to 2004, add approximately a half bottle. 05 and newer, add approximately a quarter bottle. So like, it's like in 97 you had like a half tappet cam, and then 2005 they went to the quarter tappet. Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world if you think about it. No, actually doesn't make any sense. Okay, It's pushing it. Down the hatch we go. And it pained me buying this oil after smoking deals I gotten on the oil I used on the LTD to pay up. I think I paid $25 for this, like $5 a quart. This is as cheap as I could find, but King Richard. Right down the hole there. Have fun in there. No loud noises. I don't know how much oil it takes, but I know how much I'm gonna use. Okay, oil change, check. Okay, let's go ahead and check the transmission fluid and just check and see if it's got gears. We got it up here. We can do that. See if we at least got some gears. Gears are important for what we're trying to do. Hey, good news. Water temperature gauge definitely works. Is it accurate? Don't know. Does it work? It does something. Good enough. Let's go ahead and check our fluid levels and see are we even close on this thing. Now that it's running. Purring like a top. That vacuum leak. That valve train noise comes back when you do that. That vacuum leak seems to help the off-idle stumble. So for now, I think we're just going to leave it against my better judgment. But this car needs way more than what I'm going to be able to give it today or tomorrow. So, all right, pretty much right on the full mark, right at it. I mean, really close. I know it's probably not all the way up to temp yet, but it's right there, real close. Okay, let me know if we got anything. I'm going to assume the other side's moving more. Yes. Yeah, she's spinning free. Will she stop? Brakes might be marginal. Speedometer works. I have no clue if the gas gauge works. Probably not. Brakes do something. They do something. So I'll give them credit there. Something, not a lot. Okay, check engine lights flickering on. Ooh, we got power steering. Meant to check that. Might be a little loose, but we got it. Okay, confidence levels rising slowly. Whew, although it's gonna be like a furnace in here though, because the vents don't seem to work. The windows don't seem to roll down. It's like a greenhouse in here, essentially. Oh yeah. How cool is that? Ah, hot. Son of a, that's hot. Ow, hot. Ugh. Okay, don't drop it. It's probably worth more in the car. Hot. Okay, let's get them back on the ground here. Sorry about these not so great camera angles for some of this stuff, but I've got to keep the camera under the shade or it'll shut down in like 30 seconds. So I'm doing what I got to work with here in 95-degree heat and about 95% humidity, whatever it is. It's a shame I'm missing the center caps on these guys, but at least we have the original T-type wheels and that's worth something, right? It's gonna look good with these tires on here. It's gonna start to get a little of that character back. Sucker's got some power. This thing will tear your arm off if you're not careful. Get plumb buck nasty. Ugh. I mentioned it's hot. Okay, tight's tight. Okay, other side. Let me know if you guys have had any experience with these Grip Max tires, or Max Grip, Grip Max, Man Grips, Max Grips, whatever they are. I bought them because it's the cheapest thing I could find. It seemed like this was the right occasion for it. Now the guy told me he balanced these, and I looked at the wheels and I said, "You balanced them?" And he said, yeah, I balanced them. And I noticed all the weights look like the same weights that were on there already. He said, yeah, I balanced them. And I said, okay. And he said, no tax if you're paying cash. So I said, okay, I got cash. And that's what happened, so. Oh, this is miserable out here. Somebody else should have drove this thing home. Turn your head to the left and cough. Tell you what, this tire, I can feel it through these gloves. It's about 9,000 degrees sitting in the sun. Probably got about 800 PSI in it. Oh boy, didn't tell me what he put in them. I didn't ask. All right, that's miserable. Okay, next step. What did I say we have left to do? Lights, depending on what mood I get into. You know, there's always the beg for forgiveness mode. Ask for permission last. And that might be what we do with the lights, depending on how much time I have. All right, let's see what she does. There we go. I mean, the brakes are not good. Camera got hot again, so I don't know how much of that you're able to see, but that is the sketchiest thing I think I've ever driven. We drove it to the end of the driveway and back, which is about a quarter mile probably, except I did the way back all in reverse. Off idles, you probably did see she likes to stumble and get, you know, fall on its face and die until it gets some, feels like it gets some heat in it, then it does better. Brakes are basically non-existent. It's a 2-foot affair. Feels like manual brakes, both feet. Good news is the e-brake does kind of work. Bad news is the windows don't roll down, so it's hotter than the depths of Hades in there. And it's also like taking a shower in rust flakes, because every time you hit a bump, that thing just dumps rust everywhere. But yeah, a successful first test drive. Sure, I'll call it that. My eyes are burning, I got sweat in them. It's hot in there, no airflow. It's pretty much what I imagine getting launched to the sun in a space capsule's like. Well, I suppose since we're waiting on the alternator, and that won't be here till tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and work on cleaning the inside a little bit. I mean, this is just, I am getting absolutely showered with rust here. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Don't move up north, kids. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was told that this car came from up north, and it makes all the sense in the world. Oh my gosh. That's just falling out, the T-top. That's what holds the T-tops in. Oh my gosh. Serious about that tetanus shot. I probably should get one. This car is literally trying to return to the earth, one piece at a time. Maybe it's right. Maybe we should just let it. I don't know. You love them, you set them free, right? Even the seats have patina. Oh my gosh, I just stood in the floorboard and it felt like I was about to go under. Wow. Unbelievable. What is this? Oh, hey. There it is, the original horn button. That's pretty cool. Pretty rough, but that's neat that it's here. So I'll keep that. I really want to move the floor mats out of the way because I think the floor mats might be what's holding the whole car together. Oil change, check. Let's see, service date, 220, let's see, 7/22. There we go, 7/22/25. Next service due, miles, let's see, we'll put next guy. There we go, right about there. And perfect. Good morning, everybody. We are back. Today's the day. Just made a run. O'Reilly picked up our alternator, new belt. Get this swapped out on our T-type, cornflake, and hit the road here shortly. If all goes well. Gotcha. Sharp edges. There we go. Okay. Get in here. Get our alternator swapped out. Should be fine. I think it's in. Let's go ahead and see if this tries to burn anything to the ground. If it doesn't, that's good. And if it does, it's probably even better. This car's been trying to return to the earth for a while, all on its own. That would just speed up the process. All right, moment of truth. Well, what in the heck? Let her idle then. Okay, don't touch the throttle. She does not like touching the throttle. Not ideal. 11.4. That's weird. It's not really gonna get it. Show and tell time. So apparently a nuance of the Turbo Buick is the way the charging system operates. Did some internet research, and the Turbo Buick uses essentially the bulb on the dash to trigger the voltage regulator to excite it, and whatever magic happens in there to charge. So if your bulb is bad and the connector's bad, connections and all that are not good on the back of the cluster, then it won't tell the alternator to charge, which is quite the design flaw. And as you might remember, I've noticed this and said it a couple of times, but this is the wire. This is just your brown wire that's supposed to go to your dash light. Well, makes total sense. It's cut off at the top of the connector, so we're not going to get that 12 volts doing that. So what I did, there you see, we're at 1183 right there. It's on the charger also, but I've got my little jumper wire here run over to the top of the battery here haphazardly, and then we're going to come in here and see if we can just get this to hit that connection, what's left of it here, on top of this alternator, and see what happens. There you go. You hear that load, that alternator start pulling load. There goes our voltage now. So we've got to figure out a way to keep this connector hot all the time while we're driving it. So I'm gonna have to rig up some setup here. That connector's so short is the problem. Otherwise I just, splice it back, butt connect it. Shit, I wouldn't even mess with all the dash stuff. I just hot wire it right to the battery, and then if we stop or whatever, I can just disconnect it off the battery. But we don't really have that option. I don't think, seeing how that plug is so short. So I'm gonna have to dig around in here and see if I can find any kind of butt connectors and get something that'll work to make this thing happy. So I'm gonna work on that, and I'll come back a little bit and I'll show you whatever it is that I came up with, or show you what I couldn't come up with. Let me show you the kind of contraption I came up with. Hopefully this works. So I just took a butt connector here and managed to sort of smash the end of it just the right amount to where it'll fit on the pin from that connector, because as you saw before, it's cut off too short to be able to use it to splice into it. And then we just routed the wire, zip tied it up along the radiator support here, and I just sort of jammed it under this cap here, and I will put a zip tie on it for safety. You don't want that coming off. Let's make sure, it sounds like it's working, but let's make sure we got everything we need here. If I can one-hand this jobber quick. Ground, positive. Yeah, there we go. 12.8, and it does go higher when I rev it up. Just have to trust me on that one. I don't have another hand to do it, but so that is working. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off for now. I don't know. Probably doesn't matter, but there you go. It might end up being the least of all of our worries, but at least we got charged. So one step closer. I think we're about ready to give it a try. I'm gonna put a little bit of gas in it here. Thanks, Mike. See if we can get it down to the gas station. Oh, I do need to check the coolant on it, make sure it's somewhat close to full. I think we'll be ready to rip and see if this thing will struggle its way home 200 miles. Did say I was gonna securely mount our vice grips here too. We don't want that coming loose, so. Okay, vice grip securely mounted. I think we're ready. Listen closely, you guys hear that? If you put your ear up to it and you listen real close, you can actually hear it rust. Living that T-top life. Well, the time has come to hit the road in the old cornflake. The old tetanus turbo. So yeah, special precautions when you drive this vehicle. If you don't want to get rust flakes in your eyes, you got to be extra careful. So this is what we got. The fan seems to work. Temp seems to be okay. AC doesn't work. The blower fan doesn't work. The turn signals don't work. The headlights, one of them works. It is charging now. Oh, should probably put the seatbelt on. I do have a paperwork on the car, so we're legal to do that, and she's insured, so we're legal for that. So rest assured, all in the up and up there. Brakes are not the best, to put it mildly, but and the windows won't roll down because the electronics in the doors are so screwed up, and I didn't feel like taking the doors all apart and trying to hot wire them or just take everything loose to take the glass out. So it's basically like sitting in a greenhouse. But hey, it's a T-top car, beautiful sky, partly cloudy. What else could you ask for on a, whatever today is, middle of the week sometime? So let's go ahead and hit the road and see what happens. I mentioned it's hot and extremely miserable driving this thing. I'm sure I did. And with every bump you hit, you just get showered with rust flakes. I hope the car stays together. It is accumulating a little bit. Okay. Already had our first modification, the paper towel in the sun visor hole, because that's where she seems to be raining a lot of her rust down from, so that helped. It's already sketchy as hell. It bogs really bad, runs terrible, pig rich. As long as I kind of get it through a certain RPM range and get it up to 50 mile an hour or so, it clears out a little bit, it'll run a little bit. But under that, it is a handful. The rust shower is still continuing. It's a mess. We're just gonna have to take it really careful, really slow, all back roads the whole way. I think that's probably our best course of action. I'll check an update here in a bit. We're gonna get up here and get some gas and see what we can do with it. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, she died. We're on the side of the road. This thing may be over before I got too far down the road. I don't know if it ran out of gas. I put some gas in it to get to the station, and we're like a couple miles from the station, but this thing's running so rich it might have ran right through it. I can literally see the gas station from here, so I might try that. It's gonna be a tricky one. Man, this is gonna be something if we can get it to do it, but I don't know. Not looking good right now, but I'll come back in a bit and let you know kind of what the outcome is, if there is one now or if we're able to keep going. The way it died tells me it probably ran out of gas. Just the way it stumbled and died. So I'm gonna walk down here to the Exxon, see if I can get some gas and come back. So see what happens. Okay, we're gassed up, and Joe came and brought me some gas. We got it to the gas station, topped it off. I put a vacuum cap over that huge vacuum leak I left earlier to try to help it idle better, of all things. And it ran a lot better in the quarter mile it took to get to the gas station. So I'm gonna push it a few more miles down the road and see what happens before we decide to turn it around or not. So yeah, let's keep trucking and see what happens. Definitely feels like we got a fueling issue, like it's losing fuel. I don't know if we got a fuel pump going bad or a regulator, or maybe the fuel filter's just plugged up. But right now we're cruising about 45, and it'll go through stretches where you can keep it happy. Short stretches, you just got to be very careful with the throttle. So right now it's going. So if I can just maintain this, we're just going to try to keep cruising along. We're going 50 right now. Just try to keep the hammer down ish. Put a few miles behind us, and we're just taking 2-lane roads. Well, 4-lane, 2-lane roads. We're staying off the highways because originally I thought getting on the highway, maybe going about 60 would be a good idea. Stay in the right lane, don't have to do as many stops for the brakes, but turns out this is a bigger issue than the brakes. The brakes are bearable. You put the car in neutral, you can stop it. So this is our biggest concern. So I'm just going to keep cruising the way we are. Hope our temps stay good. And I'll check in here in a little bit and let you know how it's going. Beautiful day out, as you can see. So we're just out here cruising with T-tops.
found a shady spot on the side of the road. There's the car over there. Not looking too good. We made it, I don't know, 30 miles or something like that. It's not happy. A lot of surging, a lot of misfire, mess with vacuum ports on it. Fuel, kind of limited on what I can do on this because I don't have a lot of tools, and this thing being fuel injected, you can't really monkey and get around things like you can on a carbureted vehicle. So I'm just kind of enjoying this little breeze here. I'm actually out of the sun for a second. Figure out what the next move is, but it's not looking promising. Might be the end for old tetanus turbo cornflake here. So she gave it an attempt, but I don't think it's going to work out too good. So I'll give you another update here in a little bit. Drink what little water I have left, unfortunately, and we'll go from here. Tried it again, tried a few of the things, it's still not happy. So I think at this point, I think we probably need to just call it, play it safe here. Let's try to get it closer back to Mike's. Maybe I don't know, we maybe made it 30 miles. There's no way I'm making it another 160 or whatever, or something, 160 something miles, whatever it is. Like this, it's just not. If it would pick up and run 50 mile an hour for stretches, we could do it, but it's just getting to the point now where it doesn't even hardly want to run sometimes, so it's not going to work. So I'm going to turn it around. Unfortunately, I have to call this one a loss, but we'll get it back and we'll get it towed home, and we'll go from there. Turned it around and we've gone, I don't know, 5 miles or so now. Haven't had the stumbling issues. It's running good again, so this thing's an enigma. Still feel like I'm making the right decision going back, but man, it's killing me. Really killing me. Ah, there it goes. It just stumbled again. So, all right, let me put this down and keep my eyes on the road. This is a handful. That's pretty fitting. She just died right here in the yard on the same spot where it's at for several months. I guess it'll sit here for a little bit longer and kill the grass some more, but failure, yes, total failure. I guess not. We did get it to run and drive. I got it, I don't know, 30 miles from here, and then was able to somehow get it 30 miles back, stumbling and farting. Thought I was gonna die in the middle of town and not restart, but so I don't know, 50, 60 miles is what we were able to do, and we were able to get back successfully. So I guess it's not a total loss. The car did run, does drive. It does need some work, obviously, to be a little more roadworthy, but I guess that's going to do it. That's the story so far of the Tetanus T, also known as cornflake. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in and watched. Sorry for the disappointment there at the end. We didn't quite make it home. But you got to call it when you got to call it. I could stay and work on this thing another day, but I got to get home. So I'll get online. I'll get a ticket on the Greyhound and get a ride home tonight, and come and pick this thing up here soon. So I think that's going to do it. So thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned for more content. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're into this stuff. If you want to see more of it, really helps a small channel to grow. All that interaction and stuff, those YouTube algorithms and all that fancy stuff, they like to see that. So appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time. See ya.